and welcome to the January happy hour for the monthly cheese subscription from Cheese Grotto. I'm Jessica Sennett. I'm founder of Cheese Grotto, and I'm here with Carrie Jared, who does a lot of our customer service as well as education. We do like when we do private virtual events and private virtual cheese events. And yes, we are going to be talking about the wonderful world of tea and cheese pairing today. This is something that I really actually love and not really something that I feel like is given enough spotlight in terms of like a pairing experience. But I mean, of course we're in dry January, so that's part of the reason why we decided to do this to give a little bit of break from all of the gluttonous elements of the holidays. But also we are always trying to explore, like different kinds of pairings. So like what does a warm beverage do, right? Like versus a colder beverage, versus an effervescent beverage. There's all these different things that happen once you start to pair cheeses with a warmer beverage in terms of its ability to open up the flavor profile. The other thing with tea is that, yeah, there's so many great flavor profiles that match a lot of cheeses or complement them. You have like grassy qualities, herbal, floral, nutty, roasted nutty characteristics. Sometimes that astringency, like there's like very similar overlaps of flavor profiles, and it's just really fun to explore and see what works. So. Not everyone got the teas because that is part of the pairing package. But if you did not get if you just got the cheeses, I still recommend, if you have a green tea at home, you have an Earl Grey, kind of black teas, herbal teas, just have some fun, after maybe watching this or just go off and try to make your own tea and cheese flight because it's a fun thing to do and stay cozy. So, Carrie, have you ever done tea and cheese before?
Not tea and cheese. We were venturing a little bit into coffee and cheese, learning how coffee is produced.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it was kind of the same thing. It's just what it does with your mouth and warms it up. It allows the palate to, especially if your cheese has not been brought up to room temperature, it allows the palate to receive the cheese and warm it up a little bit. Having a sip of tea or a sip of coffee or hot chocolate. I think you've done hot chocolate before, haven't you?
Oh, yes, yes. At some point, we should put like a hot chocolate mix or something, like a high quality hot chocolate mix in a box with like a triple creme.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that would be great. And actually, I was thinking about, if you like milk in your tea, wondering about one of our cheeses tonight. Have you ever done that? Like the woolly rind, a little bit of that in a hot beverage?
I have not. I've only done but I did do actually a sheep and cow triple creme. So I feel like
Okay.
this could work because it's 100% sheep milk, but it would be interesting to try. I feel like the rind on the woolly rind, that bloomy rind does like benefit from like having like the deeper chocolatey notes, like it kind of balances out some of that earthy mushroomy quality. But I am not someone to say no to experimentation of any sort. So, uh, yeah, we
Might
should,
just be a little lump that floats around in there and looks really gross. I don't know.
yeah. Maybe we should try today. But yeah, so I'm gonna be today. I'm going to be pairing with it's an evening. It's Friday night, so I'm drinking some caffeine. So yeah, so I have the the spring greens, which is organic green tea from the Stephen Smith tea maker. They're based out of Portland, Oregon. I love this sampler. It like really gives you an awesome spectrum of some.
Smells so good when you open it.
I know the package is awesome, and it's just like the tea is really amazing quality. Like it really has like a really awesome nuance to it. Really fresh as well. And so this you can really tell that they really try to harvest all the ingredients at like their peak as well. So it really enjoy it. So I'm doing the spring greens because, this is something that like what do they call it? They say that it's spring harvested Maofeng tea from central Zhejiang province as a slightly sweet vegetal aroma with a lingering fresh aftertaste, peaceful, refreshing, and rejuvenating. Um, so yeah, I mean, really like this sweet and vegetal, all these kind of like that's what I mean about like kind of the grassy or vegetal nuts that you get from like green tea. It's going to be fun to pair alongside a lot of the cheeses that we have. And then I'm also pairing alongside the British brunch. Um, and this one is going to be more like rich and malty and like full bodied. It's a Indian Assam tea and has some Ceylon as well in there and some smoky Chinese Yunnan from Anhui. So very much like you could add milk to this one, right? If you wanted to start to like build on that kind of like milky lactic pairing. But if you are thinking about it more, in terms of like those deeper, robust, earthy qualities, that's when I really like to enjoy it with like a more bold cheese. So like this one, I'm gonna focus on pairing it with the last one in our flight today, but whenever we do pairings in general and flights, I always recommend people try what's potentially recommended and then from there play afterwards because you never know. These are kind of like rules of thumb, but they're not like the end all.
I
Uh,
think with the British breakfast also, just the milk with the honey that's in the pack. Also bringing that in especially with the how do we want to call it, Goata at the very
Goata.
end.
I know, I feel like
Those
I have to have an accent when I say it. Goata.
Goata. Goata. Well, it is from from the upper part of the lower peninsula of Michigan. So you're getting a little bit of the out and about. Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Accent.
Okay, good. I never knew if I could do it.
Goata. Yeah.
So you're trying the meadow today.
Meadow, yeah, herbal infusion. And again, caffeine free because of the time. Um, golden chamomile, which, we all know is gonna put me right to sleep.
Yes. And
Chamomile really works well. And interesting how they say mildly stimulating and fragrant hyssop, a flavorful herb said to improve one's focus. So I'm gonna go to sleep, but focus. Okay.
And also the cheese
And,
is gonna give you like crazy dreams. So you'll
well, I already got those, honey. And the smooth taste of Cape, and I never know how to pronounce this, Rooibos.
rooibos.
Rooibos, Cape Rooibos from South Africa. A bit of lemon myrtle, rose petals, and linden flowers. And actually, this really reminds me of, Elk Blossom, the cheese Elk Blossom
Oh yes.
has these beautiful things on the rind of the cheese. Real similar kinds of ingredients, edible items, things you find in tea, things you find also calderwood
Oh yeah.
from Jasper Hill, aged in hay.
Yes, that would be that'd be awesome with tea.
Talk about grassy. Let's see if I can get my tea kettle over here without burning myself. Here we go.
you know, um, no, there's so many the potentials. Once we do this, you'll be like, oh, I could do this all the time. So
Especially
yeah, so
with
mostly like
breakfast.
I have a little tempered board. I already made my little tiny board. I really like doing this in the cheese grotto piatto, our smallest grotto for storing cheese because it's like a really fun tasting amount. Like you can put like 3 wedges. Sorry if the light is a little crazy, but try to it's a little bleached out, but it's nice to have like a little tasting board and you can temper your cheese that way. So it's always great to enjoy the cheese at room temp and let it open up in the flavor and that tasting experience. So I'm gonna spotlight, let's see, or maybe I'll pin your board scenario as we're talking. It's such a good setup. Um, so yes, so why don't we get started? Yeah, with the first cheese.
Wow, this is hot, hot, hot. See, real quick question, Jessica.
Uh,
How long do you let the bags, preference wise, how long do you let it steep?
oh, well, they have some on the back end.
Sure.
They
Okay.
have directions. So you can get really nerdy about this if you want because they have sorry, it's on the back of each packet. So you opened up the meadow.
So it's 5 minutes.
Yes, yeah, but even like when you look at the packet itself that the tea bag came in, that will have on the back like specific directions for that tea. So like one of them says steep 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
uh in rolling boil, which is the like rolling boil water, which is the British brown, like the black tea, and then the green tea is 185 degrees for 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Um, so yeah, they all have like slightly different. I mean, not everybody has a kettle that can do that. I have one of those like electric kettles, so you can like press, the different setting depending on the tea style. Um, but there's just like different temperatures in which like the the tea will kind of like open up the most. And like, with something as robust as the black tea, it needs a little bit more heat to like fully open.
Your tea kettle has different temperature settings.
Yeah. It's
I
on.
love that.
You can do green, delicate. So that'd be one. What does the meadow one say?
The meadow says freshly drawn filtered water to a rolling boil and steep.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like maybe it needs more of an aggressive, like hot water to extract, like with the just herbs alone.
Yeah, there's some very large sized herbs in here,
Yes, yeah. So
round
like,
seed.
yeah, but I have like a green tea setting, white tea,
Okay.
oolong tea, uh, French press, which is 200, and then boil, and then delicate, which I never use that one. That's 160, um, but yeah, so it's interesting just to like, yeah, think about, the way that cheese opens up, right? Being left out at room temperature and how the tea has like specific kind of parameters in which it opens up the most to like best enhance like that experience as well.
Yeah,
So
very parallel.
yeah. Um, so yeah, so the first cheese that we're trying is from Stepladder Creamery. They are in um they're based in California. This is they're it's like a basically 150-year-old ranch that has been in the agricultural industry for a long time, but it's run by a couple now. They have a herd of La Mancha goats that it's a farmstead operation, so they have all of the goats on their farm. This is a full 100% cow milk cheese that they make. So they source cow milk from neighboring farms as well. But it's inspired by Monterey Jack, which is, a cheese that really comes in a lot of different, there's some different forms in terms of the flavor profile. But said to have some origins in Italy and in Spain or Spanish monks, in terms of being like a semi-soft, essentially like table cheese, that then was co-opted by David Jacks and they named Monterey Jack. But this is a cave-aged version of that. It's going to be like definitely the lightest in the flavor profile of like all the cheeses that we're trying today. And so, we're definitely going to start with this one. I felt like LumberJack was a good winter vibe also.
Kyle. We
You-
got a wood fire going right now. The cats are loving it.
Yes. You can just be a lump. You can go chop some wood, then come inside, make your fireplace and your tea and cut up some lumberjack, right?
Well,
Um,
you make it sound very bucolic. It's actually a lot of work.
yeah. you get hungry, right? So then you need the
You
cheese.
get hungry.
Um, so yeah, so mostly, this is why I definitely recommend with this cheese to let it like come to room temperature because if you just eat this straight out of the fridge, you might be like, this is a little light for me. Some people like more strong cheese, right? We always like to balance out the varieties with like things that are more approachable and like things that are a little bit more uh, robust
Yeah.
in the characteristics. So everybody finds something that they really like. But yeah, so mostly like we can try it on its own first. I usually like to do that. I have like a cut wedge, triangle piece here. I usually will take the wedge, and Carrie's gonna kind of like cut it in that way,
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I mean, the texture is softer than I anticipated. I don't
Yeah.
know if it be considered as semi-soft or semi-hard. I mean, even Ben's right there a little bit. But you can see the aging on the rind. It's darker towards the rind,
Hmm.
like a more aged cheese. And I figured, seeing that, I would anticipate a harder cheese.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, I mean it's definitely like higher moisture style because it's only aged around like 2 months.
2 months, yeah. So the
And
rind is probably just as not just as tasty, but definitely not something you want to throw away as the center of the cheese.
totally, like it's kind of got like a little bit of like it's not wax, but it like has kind of like a waxiness to it.
Hmm.
Or like more springy, like rubbery texture. And so it's like as you cut and get, closer to the center of the cheese, like it's definitely much more like pliable as when like movable as you were showing. So
It doesn't feel like it's Paracoat.
no, it is cave aged, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is completely edible. Just like very much complete. And this is something I would want to actually ask the cheesemaker in terms of like that rind being so pristine.
Just gonna grab a different knife. Get a better
Um,
angle on it. So just wedges. I mean, just triangles is what I do
yes.
usually.
So I'm
It's
gonna,
really, really lactic.
yeah. I just broke it in half, like the piece that I have, to try to get like a little bit more aroma to it. Like so when you kind of break it in half and then smell, it's like,
Mm.
but yeah, it definitely is like much more light. Um,
It's an addicting cheese, Jessica.
I know it's like very snackable.
And I've had mine at room temperature for a little while.
Mhm.
And Greta, the grotto,
Oh yes.
with her singing brick. Um, and I can imagine that straight from the refrigerator, like you said, it would taste really light and not a whole lot of flavor.
Yeah. It's got like it's like kind of starchy to me actually. It's kind of got like a pasta like a cooked pasta vibe to
You're
it.
right. It's al dente.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a piece closer to the rind. Let me try one that's a little more interior. Look at that. I mean,
Mm.
this
Oh
is
my
a
God.
melt.
I just tried it. So I like to try the cheese on its own. Yeah, that would melt great. Like I tried the cheese on its own, it's like got more, you know, it's like I got a little bit of honey in my hand and now I just keep smelling that every time I go into it. But yeah, definitely got like more of this like starchy, sweet like quality to it. Like there's definitely like the, nice like kind of just like very sweet lactic like qualities. A little bit of like a breadiness, I feel like in the aroma too. But like when you pair it with I'm curious what it's like with your meadow tea, but like when I pair it with this green tea, it like the grassiness just like pops.
Right now, the nose is overpowering it. It At the end of the taste of the cheese, it brings up more butter. The tea does.
which definitely makes sense, like as it's warming up, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes I like to do like, well, try the tea, I'm always like a cheese first person because I'm like biased, but like mostly like I'll like taste the cheese and then I'll like add a sip of the tea because I feel like then you kind of get to see like where the transformation happens, like
Right.
um
Well, and with tea and cheese with these, it's nothing's killing my palate at the moment. And a lot of times, other beverages will do that, or other and cheeses will kill your palate. Uh-oh, what are you tasting? What are you loving there?
right. It's like it like becomes like butter noodles, right? Like it was like kind of like pasta, but then it like the warmth and like the just like the melting of it just like made that come out like even more, which is fun.
Nice, nice. So you're in heaven on your children's menu.
Yeah. Bringing it back. You gotta get that childlike wonder back when you're not drinking alcohol, right? Uh,
There you go.
yes.
Butter makes everything better.
But yeah,
But no, I mean, just the warmth of the tea and the cheese. It doesn't feel like it should be dark outside. It feels like it should be morning.
yeah. Great breakfast situation going
It
on.
is a great breakfast situation,
We
yes.
could try, we could try a little bit of try got these like these crackers, right? Like in the
Mm.
kit, which are I'm like freaking addicted to these things. Like I don't know. Did you try you tried them in another,
Yes, they
right?
are very addicting for sure. Sunflower, sesame, flax, and pumpkin. I mean, we got so many herbs and seeds and stuff. We're feeling very granola today, aren't we?
Oh my God. Yeah. I am from California originally, so um but I also feel like
Ooh,
all of the seeds, like it like I mean there's some rosemary in it too, so that'll be fun for your pairing, right?
that's what I'm smelling. When a second that I cracked the corner, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that's what it
But
was
like
the rosemary.
then the seeds bring more of the roasty nutty notes out, right? Like
Hmm.
of the teas themselves. So you can do a little bit of that, with the cracker, and then I am going to get some of this honeycomb and just put that on top.
This is the easiest cheese to slice, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's like no stress happening.
No, it's just a butcher knife. It's nothing special going on here. I'm a big proponent of non-unitaskers in the kitchen.
Oh man, yeah. I'm really into all this right now. I'm like the cracker with the cheese and the honey and then the green tea is very lovely. It's just like,
Good stuff.
yeah. You want to bring
The only issue with these seeds, the
uh
seed crack top seeds crackers, you got to check your teeth
oh, yeah.
when you're done
Yeah.
to, get the sesame seeds out of the teeth.
Yeah. I know. I also have big teeth too, so I have to always be careful about when I eat anything.
So
But
good. Hmm.
yeah, you could also add like we have the pistachios that are in the kit too, the pistachio kernels, which like I'm obsessed with.
I love those little guys. I expected them to be crispier. That's the only thing that's weird to me.
Oh,
Crunchier.
yeah, they're quite like buttery, like they're quite like soft.
Hmm. Maybe
Yeah,
it's because they're babies.
they're babies.
They have yet to grow into their crunch.
And they're wild grown whole foods, so it's not like your domestic, like California pistachio industry, like megalopicus, what do you say? The giant
Well,
industrial scale.
yeah,
Uh,
Afghanistan. So yeah, all of Zeba Foods is from Afghanistan?
Yes, it's a woman-owned co-op. I love it. But yeah, and everything they do is awesome, and I love their packaging of everything. That's like really nice. And they have
Oh,
like very there's this trail mix that we featured in one of the boxes that's like had some really like dried mulberries in it, and I like never
ooh,
had that before, and it was really awesome.
oh, that sounds
That
yummy.
and like apricot kernels, like so
Yeah,
inside the apricot pits. I was like, I never had that before, but that's actually something you can.
yeah, you just don't eat too many of them.
Oh, is that where you carry?
Cyanide.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Is it those? Is it in the kernel or is it in the stone part?
I'm not really sure if it's in the husk or if it's in the kernel.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if you can buy it from them. I feel like
Right.
maybe it won't kill. Hopefully it wouldn't kill you.
Well, cyanide is FDA approved, right?
Yeah. No, people say that to me because I like to eat the whole apple and people are like, you're gonna die. But yeah.
Yeah, no, no.
But
Oh, that's crunchy. Okay. Well, I see that they have the little dust kit pack in here. Don't eat that. Um,
but yeah, so you can try that to like add some nuttiness to your pairings as well, which
I'm gonna put those on the board that the last kind of fill in the little spaces.
yeah,
Num.
like they'll add some really nice like green it's like green nuttiness,
Mhm.
right? Like I mean obviously the pistachio is green, but it has like a little bit more like vegetal qualities than like other
Does,
types
yeah.
of nuts. Um, which then also will pair well with like the green tea or the um yeah, oh
Hmm.
my God, they're so freaking good with this green tea. Sorry, I'm like really into tea and cheese right now.
So who goes around and shucks these things?
Yeah, we need
Women
to
that own
watch.
the business.
Yeah, we need to watch a video. I really hope they have some tools. They probably do.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
They must. They must have like I assume it's like some kind of thing that's like a like whips it around in a circle and then they like crack open. This is
And
my
then something that blows the shells off.
yeah, but I am very that is a very good question and yeah, we should find out. Um so yeah, so that's really like I really love that pairing. We're gonna we can go on to the second cheese here. So this is sheep milk. And I sorry I'm screaming that, but I really love that we can get 100% pure sheep milk cheeses in the United States. And there's like a decent, relatively decent amount of artisans that are doing this. So, but it's hard, right? Sheep milk does not have that as
Mm.
much yield as other types of milk, which means it's it's really fatty and high protein, great for making cheese, but it also means like it's more precious, right? And it's a
It
little
is.
bit more pricey. So, but it's incredibly unique. It's like almost like half and half in the butterfat content.
Yeah,
Um,
that's I mean, there's some folks that we have a sheep's milk farm in Minnesota here, um, that their sheep's milk yogurt sells out every single time at farmers markets.
oh, so good. Yeah, it's like it's
Mine is
really amazing.
really soft. Are you holding a piece there?
I am. Mine, it felt that way, but then, oh wait, no,
Okay.
you know what? I have this. Wait, no, you open yours. Yeah, let's see what yours is like, because actually this is a previous one that I had.
Okay, no, I have not opened it. I actually that's why I put it in in the grotto, all wrapped up because I wanted to open it on camera.
Yes, the
It
grand
is,
reveal.
and well, that's when you get the best smell too.
This one, like, I got, this is
Prop
the
spray.
sample that I got for like photography. So it's like a different batch than what you received.
And they have like Julian dates on the back, so I can't really tell
Oh,
when
like
it was
when it was
made.
made. Yeah. Yeah. So definitely, we did request that, we always request that like everything has like a, um, at least a 2 week time frame from delivery, especially with the softer cheeses.
I mean,
So,
look at it, like I could feel that from just the outside.
ooh. Yeah, it's so yours has a little bit more color on the sides than mine does, which means that it's definitely on the riper side.
That's the way I like it. I mean,
That's
but
peak.
that's me. Oh yeah, we got some ammonia going on there.
Oh yeah.
Now, how do you, I mean, with sheep's milk, breeds that are a little more ripe, how do you find the flavor, the aroma changing with sheep versus cow? I know it's a complicated question, but I thought maybe you might have an answer.
Um, well, sheep milk is so, I mean, I don't know if this is not really the aroma as much as like the sheep milk itself is so much richer, right? Like, and so a lot of times with 100% sheep milk cheese, the butter fat like really, even if it's like a stronger cheese, like the butter fat will kind of like serve to kind of mellow the flavor profile, I find. Like a lot of styles, like even like manchegos, right, which are 100% sheep milk, or like asawi roti, it's like they're never like insanely sharp, right? Like they're never like they don't have like a certain piquant element to them. Like I mean, sure that like there you can get a bite out of a more aged manchego, but like that base of that butter fat really does like seem to mellow out and like create more of these like notes of like hazelnut and like just kind of like rich nuts, I find. Um, and like actually like I feel like the milk itself kind of has like a nuttiness to it too. It's like in its richness.
Yeah, with hard sheep's milk cheeses, sorry, here goes the cat. For the harder ones, it can get a little bit of that toothiness like an al dente pasta. And you kind of get a little bit of, it's not the crystals.
Hmm.
It's not, the calcium lactate or the tyrosine, but it's a toothiness. It like kind of goes, okay, it's not goat. It doesn't have goat notes to it. It has a toothiness to it. I'm not sure how else to explain it other than like an al dente pasta.
Yeah, we're on a pasta roll tonight.
Aren't we?
Yes.
So from the just getting the package, and actually this turned up in my doorstep in really great condition considering how ripe it is. It was a little bit dented on one side, but that was it.
Right.
I'm gonna put it in another thing.
Yeah. We'll see how far it runs in the
Right.
oven.
And then put that on my board. And actually then I'll probably put the honey over top of it because it's all kind of controlled in one space here.
Yes. Oh man, my honey's like dripping off the side of my
And
board. Oh.
that's why I grabbed this spoon in case I needed that to serve the cheese.
I find that like this, so this kind of style like does need like a green tea, I find, or like an herbal
Yeah.
tea. Um, I don't know. I feel like with that rind, like there's gonna be maybe a clash of like astringency with like the black tea.
Mm, makes sense.
I mean, maybe if you add like milk and the honey to the black tea and then do the pairing, it would be a little bit more inviting. But I think like you do get some piquant, like the bite that you get from the rind is definitely from the the bloom, the bloominess. It doesn't look,
Whoa.
oh, it's got some slip to it. Yeah.
It's yeah. Uh
But it's not like the
the
center
cream
is
line's
still,
falling out the other side.
yeah,
Numb.
but the center still kind of got a little bit of firmness, right? Looks
It
like,
does, it does. It has that softened butter texture.
yeah, it looks
Oh,
good.
now I can really taste the sheep's milk on, yeah. But it is going to go well with something floral and
Yes.
something sweet.
Yeah, put some honey. Okay, so that's the other thing, right? The rind's a little bit strong for you. Honey. Put some honey on it. It's like one of the most like incredible balancing like pairings that you can have. And then alongside the tea, it's just like what could be better? But I'm gonna do that right now.
I was gonna do the comb. I'm gonna see what the texture is though. I don't want the comb to like crush the cheese entirely. But yeah, it's gonna be served with a spoon or scoop with the cracker. Where's our honey from?
Mm. Oh my God, it's so good with the honey.
Pure Southern honey.
I'm gonna try that with the honey and the tea, the green tea.
Let me take a little chunk of the comb just for funsies and put that on there.
Yes, I would do that. Put that right on top. You know what I mean? Mm.
Come on, you. Off you go. There you are.
But like the honey does, it really
Mm.
balances out the rind. Like the rind like has more like it's kind of like, mineral. It's like a pretty like thick rind, I find.
It is kind of, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not terribly delicate.
So because of that thickness, like it can sometimes have a little bit more of like a piquant like quality to it.
Hmm.
And so that's really where I find like the honey is just like a perfect balancing medium.
Excuse me while I lick the spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. And you know what? The other bonus to your box, Jessica,
Uh-huh.
it is very good for colds.
Yes, yeah, definitely. There's like you got
When
high
you're sick.
quality cheese and then you have like the fixings for if you're not feeling so good.
Yeah, warm tea, very therapeutic to the throat as well as honey.
Yes.
My mom used to give, if were coughing in the middle of the night, she'd come in with a big old spoonful of honey, coats the throat. So we coughed a lot. Kidding.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great way to get honey. Good for you. Um, Amazing. So yeah, definitely let me know like how that once you do that pairing
This
alongside.
is something, especially at this ripeness,
Mhm.
you cut and serve, you eat it right away.
Yeah, like after it's yeah, come a little bit to room temp. Yeah.
And you can see the right here, that happy little nugget of cheese has a little pool of honey right in the rind.
Yum.
Eat that now.
Yeah.
And it's running all over the place. So yes, this is definitely a wait until you're sitting down, you have your cup of tea, and you have everything in front of you to pop that open and cut that.
Yes. No, I also like, this is good with the seed crackers, but like this is good bread cheese
Mhm.
too. So if you have like a good loaf of sourdough or a
Piece
baguette,
of toast. Yeah.
it would be really good on that. Yeah, put the honey and the
Mm.
cheese on that. Make a little breakfast toasty with your tea, with your British brunch tea. It actually works better with a British brunch when it's like when you do have the full pairing with the honey.
Okay.
Similar to that kind of like it does seem to balance out that astringency that you get from like both the rind and the black tea.
I'm gonna try it out with the metal. Hmm. Maybe it's just the tea, but so far the two cheeses that I've had with this tea, the butter comes on the back end.
Oh yeah.
There's, that at first they kind of wash each other out, but then I get the cheese at the end with a taste of fresh butter.
That's lovely.
Nothing wrong with that. Put it on your toast, just like we said, right?
Yes. You could also put butter with, yeah, if you want to go crazy, you could put butter with the cheese and the honey all on toast. It's
That's
like
not crazy.
I know it sounds crazy if you've never done it before, but I like that's what I like to do with blue cheese a lot of the time when it's
Yeah.
stronger. And that's another way to like mellow out something that's like a little bit stronger for your palate than what you're used to. So
Yeah. A little bit of butter.
Yeah, it's always welcome. Okay, great. Yeah, so let's go on to the third and final cheese. I'm like obsessed with this right now as well. Sorry, I keep saying I'm obsessed with everything, but I am right in this box. This is also because they shipped me an entire wheel for photography, and I was like, can this be everyone's life, please? That you just get a shipped to your house. Like because yeah, like I don't know, maybe we can convince people to start ordering full wheels of cheese.
Why not? That's how you do it.
I was like, if you just get a really high quality full wheel, then you can like feed yourself with it for like a month, or more.
Exactly.
And like this is so Idyll Farms, they had some more like age varieties of their Goata.
Goata.
Goata. There you go. And they're from Michigan, and this is a 2025 World Cheese Award winner. It's a Gouda style that's 100% goat milk. So we have another 100% not cow. Unless you to told me you didn't want goat or sheep milk, then you didn't get either of these. But yeah, this is a really, I think, unique style, right? Like I think like during the holidays, everyone's like obsessed with Black Betty. That's like this
Mm.
goat milk Gouda from Holland, and it's just it's really nice to just have an American thing to cherish as well. Regenerative goat farm, which basically means that they rotationally graze their goats so that they are promoting the biodiversity of the soil and the grassland. They are actually hyper aware of their impact and their environmental impact. And they're, still small, so they're really yeah, they're really focused on like making these high quality goat milk cheeses. And a lot of the times you don't get like aged crystalline cheeses that are
Oh,
made in the United States. And it's like simply because, well, a couple different reasons. One that I always knew about was it takes longer to age, so then it takes longer to sell, and the more you age it, the more labor is involved, and so the more you have to charge, right? Like per
right.
pound, based off the fact that it's been like preoccupying storage space in your cheese cave for
Not
maybe
quick turnover, not quick cash.
no, not a good thing for cash flow. Phenomenal when it does work. But then the other thing that we learned actually from Sid Cook
Hmm.
when we did the Car Valley tasting, which I didn't know about, is that trying to manufacture cheese crystals, like those clusters of like tyrosine, or just like, calcium deposits that you get from the cheeses, like, but the tyrosine specifically too, it's like it's not something that you can easily replicate. There is
No,
no like specific guarantee unless you've been making the cheese right for hundreds of years, like Parmigiano Reggiano, and it's like it's like built into the recipe. Like the cultures have been cultivated, the recipe isn't cultivated since the Roman Empire. So because of that, you are able to like have this consistency in the crystallization development. But for most cheeses, even like Sid Cook, who's the most awarded Wisconsin cheesemaker, or most awarded cheesemaker in the country, is what I meant to say. Sorry. He is telling us that it's not an exact science and that you have to just wait to see.
right. To see if it happens. Right.
Yeah.
It's not an ingredient you can put in.
No. It's what happens over the age of the cheese as the protein structure continues to condense, like as it loses moisture. And so it's really like something that breakdown and that cluster of amino acids that you get over time, it's like, will they cluster?
Right.
Will they do it? Like you can't tell them to do it. But when he said that, I had like 15 more questions, like, but then we
Hmm.
only had an hour, but
Well, and then I'm also kind of wondering if it's wheel to wheel, or batch to batch.
like the variety. Yeah. I've actually had so I've had a piece. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't get honey on the sweater. Had a piece of this cheese in my cheese grotto for days, like on the counter. Oh, it's very lovely with the brunch, the British brunch one, the like black tea. Um, but I've had it on the counter and so like had it sitting for days now. We keep our kitchen at like 66 degrees, or our whole house at 66 degrees, like during the holidays or during the winter. Sorry, not just the holidays. And
You can, that's Mike would freeze. Oh my gosh. I have it at 68 and he comes in the, downstairs and he's freezing.
I just invested in this. This is a sheep milk, sheep. This is a sheep sweater, sheep wool sweater.
I know. I'm usually my answer is put some clothes on.
Yeah, it works. Um, but yeah, but like so it got like a little bit, yeah, it's still fine. Like it got a little bit more waxy. Like it's been in there
Okay.
probably for like 5 days, right?
Oh, it's a lot softer than I anticipated. I figured with the crystalline texture that you mentioned that it would just absolutely fall apart.
Yeah, it still has some.
Crumble, I mean.
Yeah.
Hmm. I've never had this, so this is my first venture into it. It
Oh yeah.
really is a very strong, like age line under here, under the paracoat. Now this
Yeah.
is paracoat, so we pull that off in order to prepare the wedge of cheese. It's not going to kill you, but it's going to stick in your teeth, so we're not going to eat that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I keep it on for like a color pop when I'm like prepping cheeses.
Right,
But yeah, you definitely have to tell people that that part's not edible because it's
right.
wax.
It's wax. Well, it's a polyvinyl acetate, which is Elmer's glue. So you can stretch it
Look at that.
like Elmer's glue. Remember putting like maybe you're too young, Jessica. We used to put Elmer's glue on our palms of our hands and like peel it off.
Oh, I think I've probably done that once.
So it's
Um,
just designed to kind of let the wheel breathe to a certain extent, but not completely dry out.
can you see like how the color in mine changed from being in the grotto? It's like it's kind of hard to tell, but
Yeah, mine is very white compared to yours.
yeah, it like
Yep.
deepened. The color deepened from being in
Uh-huh.
the grotto, which is
It's much
interesting.
more of a goat's milk color.
Yeah, it's like a little more golden hued, and it's like because of the fact that it like lost a little bit of moisture, but it like makes it a more like the texture is like denser now.
Yeah, I think mine's probably going to be a lot different in texture than yours
Yeah.
because I don't. Do you think it developed more crystals in the grotto? Because I don't get any.
Yeah, there might, as we are saying, like there's some variety, right? In
Yep.
batches. We
Right.
ordered uh 100 pounds of this cheese, right? So there's definitely the option that we have a couple batches, right?
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine's a little younger, even though that's a very strong age line under there.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what
So
I'm
for
saying.
serving, I
Like,
might even cut this off a little bit. Just you know, um, I still like the look of it being crumbled, even though it's not as crumbly as the more aged one.
yeah.
Uh, for the sake of the board. Look at my brie, it's like me. So
Oh my God,
it's a
it's going.
pond. So, have you ever been to? They're in the Leelanau Peninsula in the Lower Peninsula, and not in the UP in the Lower Peninsula. So, Lower Peninsula of Michigan, kind of shaped like a mitten.
Uh,
And Leelanau and Old Mission Peninsula are these tiny little peninsulas that go up into Traverse Bay, and they have their own little microclimates because so they can grow cherries, they can grow lots of Pinot Noir up in that area because of Lake Michigan.
Mhm.
So I imagine that really has to affect the terroir where these goats are grazing. And if you've never been there, please don't go because I want to keep it to myself.
Yeah, we'll see how many people watch this video. We'll see how
It
many.
is, I know, but it's that area of Michigan is amazing white sand dunes.
Oh,
Um, the beaches are rated among the top in the world.
are you serious?
I'm not kidding. Blue water. You can walk out forever and get up to your thighs. And
Oh my God, I want that.
this Sleeping Bear Dunes, we were there one time when cross country teams were like training because it's very steep. So they were training just like basically snowballing down and then running up Sleeping Bear Dunes. But it is white sand and blue water. It's going to be colder water, but yeah, Michigan is a hidden gem.
Wow.
And the Leelanau Peninsula, there's a lot of wineries up there because of what the kind of grapes they can grow.
Wow.
So I
No,
didn't get a whole lot of details, but that would be a great question for Idyll Farms as far as how they feel their terroir is affected by the microclimate that they live in.
oh yeah. And I bet they would have a good answer
Hmm.
in terms of how it does inform that. Because it definitely is, comparable to wine in the way that these things do have an impact on the flavor profile of the cheeses.
Yeah, it's interesting with a little bit more of an aged goat cheese. You lose what people call the goatiness.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think it's
A
also
little
like
bit there, but
it's like, isn't it associated with the fatty acid
yeah,
change?
caprylic
Like,
acid.
yeah, like the peppery, like that kind of like goaty pepperiness. But yeah, I do notice like with this cheese, like it does not have that.
No, it's not as strong like licking a goat, as my dad would say. Um,
Yeah.
taste to it. But also when they have their animals are on site, right? Their farmstead.
Uh-huh. Yes. Exactly.
So the milk is not transported far. The less a goat's milk is handled, the less that acid or that caprylic acid will, oh, I don't know what the term would be. Um, okay, Mike is saying oxidize. Uh, will get damaged essentially in transport and
Oh,
oxidized.
okay.
And so that's where you get the stronger goatiness to some cheeses. If you're like in the Loire Valley and drinking Sauvignon Blanc and eating goat's milk cheese right from the farm where it's being produced, it has a sweetness, it is floral, it is completely different than goat's milk cheeses that have been the milk where the milk has been transported.
That is interesting. Yeah. Wait, so
And
it's from oxidation?
yeah, that the fatty acids will start to really. Mike is looking at me. Sorry.
No, he could, if he has insights, I want to
Well,
know.
sorry, my husband is a dairy nutritionist, so he knows about animals and some small ruminants he knows about too. But especially with goat's milk, even the ladling from the curd make in the vat, even the ladling is done extremely gently because the more damage that happens, the more you'll get that goatiness.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that makes sense because it's like the more it's agitated, the more
Right,
surface area is exposed to oxygen. And so
right.
then it releases does it just kind of like release this acid? Or how does that work? How does it, or it like breaks open from the fat globules, maybe? No.
I'm seeing if Michael nod yes or no. I think that's yeah. I have to see it in like in graphic detail to see where the fatty acids are broken out of the protein strands.
Right, right. No, it's interesting. It's an interesting fact. Well,
So those little garbage cans, that we call goats,
oh yeah.
that the goat's milk is white because they consume everything, including beta carotene, whereas cow's milk has a little bit more of a yellowish color because some of those pass through into the milk. Um, their milk is extremely delicate, those little bouncy things that can bounce off of mountains.
Wow, that was like a spiritual assessment of like the connection between the structure of the milk and the personality of a goat. It's like the actual milk itself and like the kind of like bouncy structure of it and like smaller structures like inspires the personality or something.
Right, yeah. I think maybe.
Yeah.
And we were on a Tamales Bay, we were sheep's milk, and that's not where this is from, but we were speaking with a farmer, and he's like, "Yeah, sheep just like to die." So
Ye-
it's hard to have a sheep's milk dairy because sheep just in general are delicate creatures, and he's like, "Yeah, they like to die." Um,
Oh,
I think in Scotland, yeah, they give them a wee dram. A little bit of hooch to get those babies up and running.
wait, they give him a what?
A wee dram of hooch, a wee dram of scotch or
Oh,
whiskey
really?
to get if they're looking a little lackadaisical, they'll give just a little dram of whiskey to get that lamb up and running.
Oh my gosh. I
I know.
like it like gets so it doesn't make them sleepy. It like
Hello.
it gives them energy. I guess that makes sense because it's like higher, like sugars or whatever, like in alcohol,
Yeah,
right?
it's the sugar, Jessica. Yeah.
Yeah. Or something. I don't know.
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to I mean whatever works, right? Like
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They just and they need a lot of encouragement to nurse. So it is not easy to farm sheep.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why they're not like all over the place here.
Right.
Um,
There was a time in the US where sheep outnumbered people.
I mean, that sounds cool.
That was pretty crazy, back before when wool was valuable in the during the World Wars. Um, Not so valuable anymore. So that's another problem with sheep farming is that it costs more to shear a sheep than the wool is worth.
Yeah, I did get this. This sweater is from Spain, so that's not even from here. Expose. We have American made cheeses, but my wool sweater is from Spain. Uh,
You found a sheep's. Okay, that's a really thick sweater.
it's huge. It's like the warmest thing ever. I'm wearing a blanket. That's why, yeah. But I like, yeah, like at least I mean, and that kind of goes back to like, there are certain things that are subsidized that aren't here subsidized. Agriculture of different scales is one of them that is not subsidized. And I would imagine I don't even know what the wool industry is like here anymore.
Pretty much non-existent.
Yeah. So, but in Spain, they probably still get some economic support.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Maybe yeah, that could be it. Well, I
yeah,
think we're going to eat this brie with very quickly.
yeah, do it now. Time to dunk. Yeah, you should. I'm curious if you get anything from the last cheese and the tea. I know the tea might be a little cooling off at this point, but uh,
Yeah, all of the cheese itself has a lot of salt component, so that kind of does overpower the cheese or the tea, excuse me, a little bit. And you're
yeah,
gonna try it with some honey.
yeah. I feel like this is one that I definitely like recommend like a black tea with, based off of like the kind of like condensed flavor of the cheese. But
Hmm.
I also found when I stored it in the grotto, the salt quality really diffused and
Oh,
it like
really?
became more like fruity and like like the nuttiness came more to the front. Uh, but at first when we cut it open, it was like much more like salt forward.
With the honey, it balances just right.
Love that honey, man. If you ever need a cheese pairing, it's like honey helps with everything. Yeah. But yay. Okay, great. Well, yeah. I hope everyone enjoys this fun exploration. I know that I really enjoyed doing this right now and exploring at least two. You have six teas in here, so you can do
Mhm.
this six times if you wanted to. Separate occasions. Then you just have to separate the cheese into six portions, which is a little more technical, but regardless, if even if you keep exploring, after this package is done, I think this is just like a really fun world to get into and a great like kid-friendly, pairing experience too, especially like the herbal teas. It's just like a really fun way to get into it without having to have alcohol involved. So,
And
yeah.
then, I mean, on a night like tonight, we have some like 40-mile-an-hour winds and plunging temperatures. So it's a good night for tea and cheese, that's for sure.
Yes, excellent. Well, I hope everyone stays cozy this January. And yeah, we will see you again for February. We're going to be focusing on some little more romantic pairings. What's going to be great for Valentine's Day. Most of the boxes are shipping out the week right before Valentine's Day happens, so they're going to be like well timed for that, and you can really tie them into your romantic festivities. So stay tuned, and hopefully,
Endorphins.
yes, and hopefully we'll see you in February.